we have new movies coming this year, right?
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give out my top 10 movies in a separate video. Do only five. I'm gonna see if I disagree, if I have them in the list, but I will give you my honorable mentions that I was looking forward to, but they were just not good enough to be in my top 10. For looking forward or what's most anticipated. I know that my videos me tardé, because we're already in the fucking 10. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, man. I lagged it. It was too fucking cold. I ain't want to go to the garage. All right. I don't know. You want to take it away, or you want me to hear my honorable mentions? If you're interested.
Let's go. How many honorable mentions are you doing?
I'm just doing my 5 because they're not going to be in my top 10.
Oh, okay. I see. So, okay. All right. I see.
How about this? You do number 5, and then I'll give you my number 15 is an honorable mention, right? So number 15.
So you have a whole other list of your top. Okay.
Yes. Because I'm going to make that a separate video, but people are not going to get to hear yours top 10. So I'll give you your top 5, and then I'll do my honorable mention top 5.
All right. Well, I mean, we could go 1-1. You don't have to necessarily like wait for me to mention all 5.
Okay.
But the 5th movie I'm looking forward to is Superman. I am a huge DC fan. You know, I have this, and all my Funko Pops back here are all DC. I'm obviously a Marvel fan, but I am just more of a DC fan when it comes down to comics and everything else. I have it as 5 because I really don't like James Gunn, and I hope he eats. You know, he eats it, and it just fails terribly.
Oh, you don't like James Gunn?
I don't like James Gunn, so I'm hoping the movie flops. Not obviously it's gonna sell because it's Superman, so the money's gonna sell. But I just hope it becomes terrible enough to be like, damn, we messed up. We should have kept Zack Snyder.
But that's crazy because you like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I liked one of the Guardians. I didn't like all 3.
Part 3.
Which is part 3.
Yeah. Okay. So that was your number 5. The thing is, this is the thing. If James Gunn fails, the DCU has to reboot again.
Yeah.
And do you think you want to wait another 5 years for it?
Well, I mean, is it gonna redo again? I don't think they'll fire him with this one movie. Obviously, he has. I mean, I've heard great things of that one show with John Cena. I forgot. Peacemaker. I heard great things about that show. Obviously, everybody seems to love Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, I'm not for it, and a lot of people liked Suicide Squad, which again, there was some good scenes. Obviously, I liked Will Smith better, but
I'm gonna say that like in a way we're the same, right? Like I didn't like none of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I like them, but I don't think that's like, oh, they're the shit. Right. Like how people say it, right? I did love Slither. Slither is the shit. Right? I loved it. I like Super a lot, which is from Let's Stay Away James Gunn. But I think he's just a little too extra hype. Like Suicide Squad, I don't think it was as good as the Will Smith one. The Suicide Squad 1 versus the Suicide Squad. Right. I don't think it was as good. That the villains were both chafas. A fucking Estrella versus a witch. Right. I just feel like the zombies were better action-wise because of Will Smith's charisma que contra Idris Elba, which I believe Idris Elba was good, pero it is what it is, you know?
Right.
Right.
Sorry. One thing I do want to add. And then the only other reason why I also don't am messing around with the DCU right now is because of the whole Batman thing, like getting pushed back and him saying, "Oh, the script's not done and we want a perfect script." Like, nah, nigga. Like, you're only pushing it back because if Superman sells, you're gonna want to do a collab with Batman and put them together in that world. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why it's getting pushed back. It's only money being tossed around.
Now, this is the thing. They showed a cartoon. It's a TV show as well. Creature Commandos, and they showed Batman. They showed Batman as a cartoon, but a silhouette. But he's fucking big. Cool. That ain't Robert Pattinson.
No, I mean, no, it's not. But
so if you're telling me that that's Batman, I'm like, that can't be Robert Pattinson. I'm sorry. All right, this is my first honorable mention, and it was originally like my number 2, as an honorable mention, so like number 12. But I'm pushing it to number 5 because I think it comes out next week, or it already came out. The Wolfman. That one, the trailers came out. This is the only reason why I'm so interested in this movie. I see the trailer and I'm not interested. but the fucking director is the guy who directed The Invisible Man. And The Invisible Man was probably the best horror movie of that year. You should check it out. It's The Invisible Man.
See, it's horror, bro. I can't do horror. I'm sorry. I
No.
can't do horror film.
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way then. Then it's the best thriller sci-fi horror movie.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So it's not like a horror, but there's sequences that can like I wait that makes you like fuck, like say those kind of words.
I guess suspenseful in a way.
Suspenseful thriller, like I said, with a little bit of horror elements. But it's more than just horror. I did love that movie, and that's the only reason why I wanted to see The Wolfman, because of that. Because of that reason alone, you're the director. So you're number 4.
My number 4 on my list is The Accountant 2. Ben Affleck. I enjoyed the first one a lot, and I mean, everybody, for the most part, a lot of people do know Ben Affleck is up there for me with like actors / directors. I get it, he's not directing it, but I follow him a lot, so I'm really excited for The Accountant 2. I enjoyed one, and I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of the same thing. I'm pretty sure they'll have John Berthino or whatever, back in his role as well. So I'm excited for that.
It's crazy. I didn't even see part 1. I will have to check it out because I do. Ben Affleck, when he writes, directs, and acts, like I love his movies. I love his movies. The Town.
Right.
I don't think he directed Gone Girl though. I know that he wanted to direct the Batman that he didn't get a chance to do. And there's another one that the Argo. Fuck yourself, Argo.
Argo, yeah.
Bad fucking movie.
And then he has the other one, Day by Night. It's like a gangster movie of like the old school Tommy Gun.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard about it though.
That's good as well. It's really good.
My number 14 honorable mention is Sinner. This is a Michael B. Jordan. I was gonna say Michael J. Fox. Michael B. Jordan horror movie. It's like vampires, but it takes place in Western times.
Okay.
So I want to see how do they depict black people in Western times if they do it right. But we gotta add it looks like vampires in a way, or like demons, and it's basically cowboys versus demons and shit. So and it's the same director as Black Panther and Fruitvale Station. So just that right there, you're gonna like, okay, I can fuck with this. And it's also the same director as Creed. So for me, those 3 movies, Black Panther 1, Creed, and Fruitvale Station, I liked a lot. I didn't really like Black Panther 2. It was a decent movie. I just didn't like it like, oh, it was so good. And I believe this might be good. Sinners.
I mean, it's from what you're describing, it's throwing me a lot into Van Helsing realm, kind of, sort of. That's what it's throwing me into. That's what I'm picturing in my head. Obviously without Hugh Jackman.
CGI and Hugh Jackman, and that one's campy, and this is serious, and
yeah.
All right. Your number 3.
For my number 3 on my list would be Mission Impossible.
Oh,
I mean, you have to have that on your list. It's just one. I mean, I believe it's gonna be the last. I think it is the last one.
It's called The Final Mission, isn't it?
The Final Reckoning Part 2. So
the Final Reckoning.
Part 1 was like last year. I think I didn't see it. I'm still trying to see it. I don't know where to find it. But I mean, Tom Cruise, own stunts. It's a whole 6 movies. Like I've enjoyed. I've obviously seen them from Ghost Protocol and all. Like the other ones, I've seen 1 and 2 as well. But I know like Ghost Protocol, I believe, was the first one that I saw, and I was like, "Oh, I liked it." And then after that, I started watching all of them.
Well, you did see part 3 in the theaters with us, with me, Alan, and Jason. I think it was.
Yeah, I believe we just did that one. Yes.
Yeah. So don't forget about that one. I don't actually have that in my top 10, and it's not in my honorable mention.
Wow.
I'm not a big fan of the Mission Impossibles. I don't know why. Like I can't turn on the TV. The only reason I saw the one with Henry Cavill is because of Henry Cavill. So, but I didn't like and the only reason I saw Ghost Protocol is because of Jeremy Renner.
Right.
So I don't see movies because of Tom Cruise. I'm not saying that Tom Cruise is just that particular movie I don't like, because I do love the freaking the drug movie that he did, American Made. I did like fucking what was the other one with the not Tropic Thunder.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. There you go, Maverick. And then he also did another one which I fell in love with. I just forgot what's it called. I like it. There's very few Tom Cruise movies that I see, but every time I see him, I do like him. It's just that I don't get up to go and see him.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't motivate me, but all his movies are good. Yeah. So my honorable mention number 3, Mickey 17 or Mick 17. I forgot what's it called.
Mickey.
That's
I saw it, but I don't know what it is.
That's with Robert Pattinson. And basically he's on a mission, and every time he dies, they resurrect him, but into a clone. But he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And this takes place in sci-fi and all that. But then his last clone doesn't die, so now they're working together. Like, what the fuck's going on? But it's like, I was like, okay, I'm like, that's the twist, that he's alive, but they're in space. It's futuristic, and it's Robert Pattinson. Get rid of the fucking Twilight movies. Robert Pattinson's a really good fucking actor. There, I said it.
I mean, I've seen obviously Batman and some other one that he had with a whole bunch of English actors, but I mean, I guess it's just his accent that doesn't let me enjoy his films, because obviously a British accent, to me, I'm just like, well, like, it's really hard to understand their accent, and then just the movies might be a little boring. But again, I guess I'm not a Robert Pattinson fan, but he is a really good Batman, and I'm never gonna like take that away.
He's a great Batman. I just hate him as Batman. You get it? Yeah. Not because of Twilight. I fucking hated him as Bruce Wayne. He's the worst Bruce Wayne we've ever had. Right. As Batman, for me, Batman's a ninja. When you read his comics books, he literally works with the Leagues of Shadows. Right. He works off the shadow. Right. And this motherfucker's coming at you like he's a fucking, like if he was Bane. I'm like, no, fool, you work from the shadows. That's the reason why for Batfleck, I loved him in the warehouse scene, because he was working off the shadows.
Right.
So whatever, but that I went in a tantrum. But Mickey 17, honorable mention.
Okay. What is it? Number 2, right?
Danny, you're number 2.
Number 2, which obviously is a tied, not a tied, but obviously it's really up there, would be
How. It's like 1A, 1B, 1A, 1B.
1A, 1B, yeah. Okay. How to Train Your Dragon is that one for me. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the whole trilogy. I think it's my favorite trilogy in animated movies.
Okay.
So that one's my 1B.
Better than Toy Story 3?
I said trilogy, bro. I mean,
because fucking Toy Story is a part 4. It's not a trilogy.
No, but when it comes down to it, like Toy Story is, it's a children's movie. Like How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon, you could easily make it into a PG-13. Like if you add, more.
Do you think the movie, if they follow the exact same thing as the movie, as the cartoon movies, do you think they can get away with the PG-13, or are they going to push for a PG?
They're going to push for a PG money.
Okay.
I mean, I wish they would push for a PG-13, because that's a lot of fire, a lot of, like destruction. It should be a PG-13. But
I will say it here. That's actually my number 9. How to Train Your, because I do believe that's one of the best trilogies. That's one of the best trilogies. It's just that I like other stuff, and I know because they're gonna go the PG route, I'm not gonna get a dragon movie, like a violent movie. We're not gonna get sword fighting and stuff like that, So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, we're not gonna get a lot of deaths, and I think the only death that happens is his dad. I think. In all the trilogy, except for the bad guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's gonna be like one of those, like you can get away with it. It's okay. It's not just for children now. But I would say, ¿cómo se llama este pinche dragon? Blackheart?
Toothless.
No. Toothless. He looks badass in the trailer.
Yeah. He looks. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited, and hopefully it's a good one. My number 2 honorable mention, or number 12, is F1, Formula 1, with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And not just Brad Pitt, the director of Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, okay.
No, my bad. Is it him? If it's not him, it's the director of The Tom Cruise movie Oblivion.
The one in space.
Yeah, the one in space. Which the other Tom Cruise movie that I was telling you that I fell in love, Edge of Tomorrow. Not Edge of
I was
yeah, Edge
gonna
of
say, Edge
yeah.
of Tomorrow. Yeah.
¿Cómo se llama? Oblivion, which is the same director as Tron Legacy.
Oh, okay.
It's Tron Legacy, Oblivion. I think he directed Top Gun Maverick, and what's it called? And now he's gonna do Formula One. So a lot of the sequences that he recorded, from what I heard, is with drones as well.
Oh, okay. I see. Then,
so if you watch the trailer, it is intense. You're like, oh shit. Brad Pitt usually brings his A game when it's a good script.
Right. Yeah.
And just racing alone, I don't think I've ever seen another Formula One movie. I mean, it's a lot of Sylvester Stallone, which was okay. I don't know. There was
Ford versus Ferrari just came out.
But that was not Formula One, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I gotta read
it. But it wasn't racing. It was more of who's gonna bring out the better car. So it wasn't really much of a So it wasn't really a race movie. It was more of a hey, we came up with it first. Now we're gonna beat you. Now we're gonna beat you. So like that.
So what you're telling me is that Ricky Bobby has more racing.
No, Ricky Bobby is not. Well, yeah,
but it has more racing.
Yeah.
All right, and your number one. Actually, wait up, because I'll do my number one, and then you'll do your number one, so we can end this. But because yours were actually top fives, right? I should have gone first on the other one. My number one is Smashing Machine. That's the first movie that The Rock is taking serious. He's putting on makeup. He's doing a biopic on a UFC legend of MMA. So this is a serious movie. So that's why I'm interested in this. And it didn't make my top 10 because I'm like, if The Rock goes with his bullshit and he goes like the Rock way, it's not going to be a good movie. Right. So that's why I couldn't put it in my top 10. But I'm very interested to see if The Rock is finally going to take a movie serious, since Gridiron Gang and Faster. Because even Faster, it was a way different Rock. But all the other ones, they're just The Rock. The Rock is in there. As much as I love Black Adam, that I felt like it wasn't The Rock, people still said, it's The Rock. It's The Rock.
Right.
It's because of his stupid face. He brings it.
Right. Yeah.
And then you see him in WWE, and he doesn't. It feels like he's home.
I mean, that's like if it's that's just natural scene. Like,
yes,
every wrestler, that's your natural scene.
And I think that's what The Rock messed up, that because he wanted to be an action star, he took The Rock with him. Because if you do watch The Gridiron Gang, when you do watch Faster, and when you kind of watch Walking Tall, you kind of don't feel The Rock in there as much in Walking Tall. But if you see his first 5 movies, you don't feel like it's The Rock. You feel like it's actual characters.
Right.
It's into a Fast 5 when we get The Rock in every single movie.
The actual superstar, I guess we say.
Yes, the superstar. Yeah. All right, but that was my number 11. Okay. Your number 1, William, and it better be a juicy one.
Before I go into my number 1, let me just honorable mention. That was gonna make it. I just cut it off. It was my number 6. Tron 3. That was my 6th. So it's an honorable mention. They just missed my top 5. Obviously.
Sorry to cut you. You can go back to it, but I was just gonna say this. I'm hoping that Tron is as good as Tron Legacy, but Tron Legacy needed something extra. Like it just needed something to be not so boring.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. I know because obviously the visuals on that was amazing. But yeah, you're right. It did have a lot of missing pieces that could have made it.
So it needed like por decirlo, you're eating a barbecue, right? You're eating like a barbecue steak, but you don't have your barbecue sauce. And I think that's what Tron missed, that barbecue sauce.
Okay, yeah.
If I can explain
it. Good analogy, yes. Like good extra little flavor to push it over.
All right, so sorry that I cut you. What were you going to say about Tron?
It's just I was going to say a lot of nostalgic reason behind it. Obviously, number 2, I think, was my first IMAX movie, I believe it was, or second with you guys.
No, we saw it regular.
No, we didn't see that regular. We saw IMAX.
We saw it in IMAX?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did see it in
IMAX.
Yes, we thought it was going to be better than Avatar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the visuals.
Oh, I think I know where you're going now. I forgot.
Yeah, there you go. My number 1. You walked right into it. So my number one movie that I'm looking forward, Avatar 3.
Avatar 2.
Obviously, so 2 obviously was I don't know, was just a lot of. I mean, again, visual wise, James Cameron always does it. So this time around, I feel it's gonna be a lot of great visuals again, and I'm hoping they bring better storyline than part 2 was. But I do know it's gonna be a different scenery with the whole fire part of the world.
Yes.
So we'll see how that is. But yes, Avatar 3 is my number one.
I would say this: people gave shit to Avatar 2, right? Oh, it wasn't as good as 1 in a way.
Right.
I was like, if you guys think about it, if you actually put your thinking cap on, I'm like, Avatar 2 is literally Avatar 1. It's the same fucking story.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So James Cameron, in a way, played it safe. He's like, okay, people forgot that how Avatar 1 was okay, or it was good. Visually, it was amazing, but it was an okay movie. I'm going to give you the same thing. Just so that you can continue with the original trilogy. So I believe part 3 and 4, and I think they're going to go all the way up to part 5, but part 3 and 4 should be very amazing, because this was just like basically giving us, okay, here's a reminder of what I can do, and here's a reminder of the story, because it's been like 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
And now I'm gonna give you the shit. Now I'm gonna give you the, not the shit, but the good shit.
Yeah.
So I knew as soon as you said IMAX and I brought up Avatar, I'm like, oh, this fucker has it as number 1.
Yeah, that's just my number 1. And yes, I get it. A lot of people are like, oh, again, I'm not a huge Marvel fan, so all the 3 that are coming out this year are top 10 for me. Yeah, but nah, I need to go see it. Nah,
There's gonna be 3 movies coming out this year for Marvel.
Yeah, you got Cap coming out February 14, Captain America.
Okay.
Thunderbolts, and then obviously the one that I do want to see is Fantastic Four. But again, I'm not a Marvel fan, so I'll push that.
Thunderbolts made my top 10.
Good luck with that one.
I like Winter Soldier a lot. The Winter Soldier character.
Yeah, the character, yeah.
Yeah, so Bucky, in a way, for me, he saved the fucking TV show, which I hated.
I didn't even see a TV show, so.
Yeah, so it's like, trust me, it's I don't know, we'll see. But I would say this regarding like the movies and all that. I do think we're going to have a great year when it comes to movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. I mean, also, there's a lot of good movies coming out. Lilo and Stitch was also my top 10, but the real live action film, because it's like, if you think about it, Lilo and Stitch, yes, it's a Disney movie, but you're talking about aliens, like live action aliens, like that are gonna be among us.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of alien movies out there, but I'm like, another one doesn't hurt, like. So.
Now here's a one that I'm excited about. Prey 2.
That's the prequel, right, to Predator? Well, obviously the sequel to Prey 1, but
same director, same writers, and everything.
Yeah, I had seen that, but isn't there también otro? Unless I could be wrong. Unless it's Predator calling Prey. But isn't there another Predator also coming out?
Yes.
This year? Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah. And it's going to take place in the future. Like in the future, where the Predator is the lead.
Well, that's the whole, as in like the actual lead?
Yes, the actual lead.
So not Arnold, not okay.
There's going to be a human character.
Right, but they're not going to be the main character.
The Predator is the lead, from what I've been reading. Okay. So I gave away too much. I think I gave you guys like 4 movies right there that are in my top 10. But I also heard that we're gonna get like an alien TV show as well.
So who has it? Hulu, right? Hulu has it, right?
Hulu, yeah, I think it's Hulu. So there's gonna be, I think, the TV realm, and then in the movie realm, we're gonna have a lot of good stuff. Hopefully, we'll see from here on. But it should be a good year. I can say that it should be a good year. I am interested in a lot of movies this year, be it for the sole reason that not only are we just getting sequels, but we're getting a lot of original shit. I'm starting to get back in movies where I'm finding out the directors, writers, and all that, so I can continue to watch the movies. Like Nosferatu. When I fucking fell in love with it, I was like, damn. I knew that Robert Egertz, the director writer, was gonna do an amazing job with it, and he can't fail. This year, even though I didn't make my honorable mention, Guillermo del Toro is doing a Frankenstein movie. And Guillermo del Toro, when
his
he does
visuals
monsters, he fucking does monsters.
I have it so deeply engraved into my head that motherfucker went to hell and came back and got all those fucking ideas from there. Like it's insane.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyways, you have a good night, William. I know that you're in the future, so for you, it's like 12 o'clock already.
Nah, it's only 11.
We'll be talking about for sure next week. We'll be doing more talks for sure.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too.